Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be learning how to make this beautiful apron and chef cap. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's get on with the tutorial. So guys, for this tutorial, I'll be making use of 2 yards of white fabric, my ruler, my thread, my measuring tape and my scissors. Let's get on with the tutorial. So guys, whilst trying to film this video, I was not able to capture how I went about the cutting of this, but I'm taking you guys through the process of how I make it with the measurements used. So guys, I've cut out this circle for the chef cap, and for the total length of it, I want it to be 15 inches, 3 inches for band and then 12 inches for the cap, for the circle cap. Now guys, instead of 12, I cut this out with 12.5 because we'll be using half an inch to join this to the band. So guys, this is what it's looking like. Fold it into a semicircle, that is half of a circle. Now guys, at the bottom, at the top of this area, I came up by 1.5 inches, and then by the side I also came up by 1.5 inches, and I connected this together as seen. I'll proceed to cut this out. After cutting it out guys, with the help of my bias, I'm going to use it to stitch up and finish up the edges of this place. So guys, I've gone ahead to use the bias to turn this area, and this is what it's looking like. I also went ahead to iron it very well. Now guys, the hem of the circumference, I just went ahead to create pleats, and I used my pins to hold it in place. So guys, just go ahead to create your pins, and then with the help of your measuring tape, measure out half of the head circumference and make sure that that is what you have when you fold it in two. I'll go ahead to use my machine to secure the places I pinned. Now let's work on the band. Remember that I left 3 inches for the band. This fabric that I have here is 7 inches. That is on fold. We have it to be 3.5. So first of all, I'm just going to go ahead to take the circumference of what I have at the cap. So I have it to be about 21 inches. I'm just going to divide my band into two, like the length, and I'm just going to notch it at this point. And then after notching it, I'm now going, from that point I'm going to come up by 10.5 inches at the both sides, and from that point all the way to the tail end of it, I'm going to close it and curve it in a way. So I'm going to do this for the both sides, so that at the end of the day the middle is going to be what, open. If you don't understand what I'm saying, kindly watch what I'm doing. I'm done stitching the both tail ends together, and this is what I have. I'm just going to go ahead to trim off the excess. I'll then go ahead to turn this all the way to the right side. After that, I also went ahead to use my scissors to make sure I bring out all the edges. Now guys, you just go ahead to align them and then iron it flat. At this place, go ahead to fold it in just like you want to attach a band. Fold it both sides in and iron very well. Remember the pleats I say we should stitch on? This is what mine is looking like. Now guys, I'm just going to go ahead to bring the band and then align the both of them together, placing the bonnet inside of the band just like you can see, and then I'm going to stitch very close to the edge, and I'm just going to stitch this all round. Having made my stitch guys, this is what I have it looking like, and that will be all for the making of this chef cap. Very easy to do. Now let's work on the main apron. Now guys, for the apron, I have it to be 21 inches long and 2.5 inches wide. I'll go ahead to make a stitch here. Having made that stitch, I went ahead to shift the joining to the middle and then iron it flat, just like you can see. Now guys, for the neck piece, just as the way you saw me bend this piece, this is what it's going to be like on the neck. I have the second piece of fabric cut out, and it measures 10 inches wide and 9 inches in length. Now guys, just like the way you can see me demonstrating in the video, I'm just going to go ahead to place it just like you can see, right side facing the right side of this part of the square shape that I want it to be. So guys, just like this, and then I'm going to align them to be equal, like half an inch at the both sides. I'm now go ahead to cover this up with the second piece, and I'm going to make a square like stitch all the way through. After I'd made my stitch, I also went ahead to notch it at this both area, and I'm going to turn it all the way to the right side. So guys, turning it to the right side, you can see what I have here. I also go ahead to iron everything out flat. I have these two pieces of fabric which is going to join the upper part of this apron and the lower part together, and is also going to serve as the rope. So I have it to be 58 inches in length, and as you can see, it is in a fold of 2, and then how wide it is 2.5 inches wide. I will explain how to go about joining this part. First of all, you have your apron piece, your upper apron piece ready. Then you just go ahead to place one of the ropes beneath it and then one of the ropes on top it. So guys, you just go ahead to fold your upper bodies into two and make a notch. Also go ahead to make notches at the middle of your both rope pieces and then align them together as seen. Make sure that the right sides are facing the right sides of everything. Then I'll just go ahead to pin it at the middle and then go ahead to measure out what I have for the rope. So I have them to be equally the same. I'm going to make a stitch towards the place that we have the upper bodies of the apron on. So I'm just going to make this a straight stitch all the way through, joining the apron and the upper band together. Having done this, guys, this is what I have it looking like. So in case you don't understand what I was talking about, this is what it should look like. And now guys, I'll go ahead to iron it very well to get rid of this crease line that is at the middle here. And also I've gone ahead to iron it flat, iron my stitch here flat so that it's going to be smooth. Now guys, next you just go ahead to do after ironing all of this is to turn this towards the wrong side and then make a curve, and just sew it all the way to how like the width of what the skirt is going to look like. So let me say the skirt you're working is supposed to be 20.5, just like mine. From the middle of this, you're just going to go out by 10.25 at the both ends, and then you're going to turn it all the way to the other side and then make a stitch and stop at that 10.25. You can also go ahead to notch this area so that you don't get confused. I'll go ahead to do mine and show you guys what it's looking like. Now guys, this piece of fabric that is very wide is going to be for the lower bottom of this, and I have it to be 16 inches long, like 16 inches wide and about 17 inches in length. Although I'm going to be adding extra frills to this at the bottom to increase the length. So guys, I'll just go ahead to make a notch so that I can determine the middle of this. I have these two pieces of fabric cut out for the pocket. It is 8 inches wide and 11 inches length. I'll go ahead to hem the top of the pocket. After hemming the top of the pocket, I also went ahead to iron it very well. Now I'm going to go ahead to use my iron to fold all the edges of this pocket inwards. I'll just go ahead to iron it, just fold it inwards once and then iron. Now guys, back to my lower piece of fabric. So guys, I've gone ahead to fold it into and iron a crease line, as you can see at the middle. From the top, I came down by 3 inches, and then away from the crease line horizontally, I came out by 4.5 inches. So this is going to help me to determine where I place my pocket. I'll just go ahead to place my pocket as seen and then pin appropriately. As you can see guys, I've also gone ahead to iron the places I said I'm going to iron around the pockets. I'll then go ahead to use my measuring tape to take the measurement around my pockets, and I have this piece of fabric that I went ahead to fold one of the sides and then folded it again at the adjacent tips of it. So guys, I also ran a gather stitch along it and I had that. Now guys, I'm just going to go ahead to place these frills in between my folded pocket edge and also the main fabric, and then stitch it all the way round like the curve of the pocket. I've gone ahead to join the pocket to the lower piece, and this is what it's looking like. Very neat and beautiful. I've also gone ahead to run a gather stitch along this area. I'm just going to go ahead to pull it and then pull it up to 20.25. So how I got this width is that I multiplied the waistline I'm working with by 0.75 inches to determine how wide I want this to be. So guys, once I've gotten that, I'm just going to go ahead to notch it at the both sides. Bringing my upper bodies, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to iron inwards this area to make it neat, and also to close up this area and curve the belt a bit. So guys, I'm just going to simply place the lower part inside of the upper part of this apron and then sew it all the way down. Before we go ahead to do that, I'm just going to go ahead finish up the lower part of this apron. And to do that, I'll fold my fabric, my apron piece like this into two. And after folding it into two, I'm going to take the measurement of what I have all around. Now guys, I'm going to cut out a long piece of fabric so I can be able to gather it up to the measurement of what I have at the lower region. I've already gone ahead to cut out a piece of fabric, and the width is actually 3 inches wide and it is very long. So guys, I've also gone ahead to run my gather stitch all through and hem the lower part, as you can see, and also hem the both side parts. The only part that is not hemmed is the one I'm going to be joining to the apron itself. So guys, I'll just go ahead to gather up what I have at this area to be exactly what the length of what we measured out to be, and then knot it at the both sides. So guys, it remains for us to join the frills to the apron. Now guys, I'm not going to join directly. I'm going to come down by about half an inch, and the remaining half an inch upwards is going to be for the band. So come down by half an inch, I'm going to just basically make a stitch all around, and after doing that, I'll also go ahead to weave the inside for neatness. Now guys, after doing this, I just decided that I wanted all the gathers to be moved to the middle of the apron. So guys, I'll just go ahead to do this. This is optional. If you want yours to spread evenly, it is up to you. Having demonstrated how I'm going to join the upper and lower part together, I'm going to go ahead to do so. So guys, we just basically insert the lower part into the space that we left for it at the upper part of the body, just like you can see, and then stitch it all the way to the other end. And that will be all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching this far. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and also comment. Thank you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.